Dear students, we had begun the class on the topic uh, marketing environment. And in the marketing environment, in the last class, we dealt with the micro marketing environment. So before beginning, just I would like to recall what we have studied in the last class. In the previous class, we learnt something about what is marketing, and marketing management. Then we moved with the marketing environment. What is marketing environment that we have learnt? I don't want to recall it, but still, just after that, we said that marketing is affected by many factors, and all the factors that are affecting marketing are are classified in two categories. The broad categories are micro marketing environment and macro marketing environment. So now today we'll begin with the macro marketing environment. Macro marketing environment consists of the factors and forces that are external and not specific to any particular industry. These factors are beyond the control of a specific business organization, and the organization needs to adjust its activities and strategies in order to be successful in their operations. The factors constituting the macro environment are as follows. See, just before we see what are the factors of a macro marketing environment, I want to give you one idea here that micro marketing environment are the external factors only, but they are little close to the marketing aspect, and they are controllable for some extent. Not that for completely controllable. Okay, for some extent you have a control over the micro marketing environment factors, but the macro marketing environment factors are beyond control. It is very clearly said, are beyond control, because they are external one thing and not specific to any particular industry. They are not your matters. Now suppliers, they are belonging to your matter. Then you have customers. Okay, that is a close relationship and association you will be having, but with the macro marketing environment you don't have it. So the factors constituting the macro environment are as follows. So let's see one after the another. Demographic forces are there, then economic forces are there, natural forces are there, technological factors are there, political factors are there, and cultural factors are there. So there are here is a list of seven, and within that so many factors affect. But broadly we can see these factors: demographic aspects of the human being, economic factors, natural ecological factors, technological factors, political factors, and cultural social aspects also have a impact or influence on the marketing. So let's see one after the another. So demographic environment. Demography is the study of human population in terms of size, density, location, age, sex, race, occupation, and other statistics. Say demography means what? So study of the human beings' statuses. So various things. How many males are there? How many females are there? How many educated? How many uneducated? How much population density is there? Then what is the age group? Then we have a what races they have, castes, what occupations they are having. All those aspects that also has an influence on your marketing aspect. If you have a high class people, then your marketing should be of such that your product should be of a high rate and high quality. So marketing have keen interest in demographic factors, as it is the study of people, and people make up markets. It is people who make up the markets. Remember, this word is very important. It is people who make up the markets. So people who make up the markets means if there are no markets, then why you are producing? For whom you are producing? So the demographic factors which have significant implications for marketers are as follows: size and growth rate of population. See how much population is there. Where there is no population, can you open a shop? Will it run? No. So then age structure, what is that? See, if youth and all are there, then you should have a, if you are starting a hotel, put one Chinese hotel. If the aged people are coming or workers are coming to your hotel, then you provide a traditional foods. Then Occupational structure, what kind of the occupation the people are having, whether the government employees, self-employed or agriculture, that also has a lot of influence on your business. Then urbanization, so whether you are in a rural area, urban area, semi-urban, that is also a matter to be considered. So these are all related to the human beings. Apart from the above mentioned factors, characteristics such as the literacy level, the income level, ethnic composition, life expectancy, family size also have an effect on the working of the business organization. The demographic characteristics keep changing over time. It is essential for marketers to monitor these factors on a regular basis as they represent significant opportunities and threats for the business organization. What it says is one has to always what do you call keep a track on the changing circumstances, because the factors what changing have a great influence and business. Therefore democratic factors of the human beings influence a lot to, for your marketing strategies. Then second is the economic environment. Economic environment includes all those economic factors which have a bearing on the functioning of the business organization. Business in one unit of the total economy and the business organization depend on the economic environment for all the inputs that they need and to sell the finished goods. The factors that constitute the economic environment are nature of economic system. So what kind of the economic system is followed in a particular place, that's very important. Economic system refers to the organized way in which a country allocates its resources and opportunities, apportions goods and services in the national community. Broadly, the economic system is divided into three groups. This you have studied and I am sure you are aware of this: capitalism, socialism and mixed economy. Capitalism means what? The privatization, the business is in the private hands. Socialism means the government itself looking after. Now communist ideologies, for example, in China, Russia and all, what we have businesses. And mixed economy is of India. Now you go to America, European countries and all, there is capitalism. So capitalism is every private people are everything is run by the private people. You come to India, some aspects are looked after by the government and some aspects are looked after by the private people. And you go to China and Russia, nothing is owned by the private, everything is a government. So these are the economic system. So when you are having a business or when you are having a marketing strategies for your products and all, you have to think what kind of the this one economy it is followed in your place. So structural anatomy, another aspect of economic environment. The structural anatomy consists of the structure of national output, the occupational distribution of labor force, capital formation, composition of trade, investment pattern, 5-year plans, the balance and imbalance between different sectors, etc. What's happening economically in your country? That's more important. Whether inflation or deflation is there, or whether your plans are for the growth of the economy of the government, whatever plans formulated by the government. What is the capital formation of the government? Then what is the actual country's output? All those aspects has to be considered when you are framing the strategies of marketing. Then role of government. So in the economic environment, so the role of government also includes the working of the business is greatly influenced by the policies such as the fiscal policies, monetary policies, industrial regulations, import export policies, etc. set by government. So any changes made by the government in any of the policies can have a positive or a negative effect on the working of the business. See, you have to work, your economy depends on the government policies for your particular particular transaction. Now take example this one monetary policy or the fiscal policy, that tax rates and all, that have a influence on your business. Then markets, the business organization, organizations, economic environment also includes the markets from which it buys and sells, raises funds, gets labor, etc. the conditions in the market invariably influence the working of the business organization. Some people, some places have a high human resource availability, some places there is no human resource availability. So what kind of the market you offer, the resources that you are require in your production. So resources are available in plenty, then you can have a accordingly. So that markets of your resources, that also you have to consider. So all these economic factors have an influence on your marketing strategies. So these are the economic environment. So we have seen demographic environment, we saw the economic environment. Next we'll see natural environment. The natural environment or the physical environment refers to all the ecological and geographical forces, that factors that influence the operations of business organization. Business organizations need to function within the framework of various aspects of nature, such as climatic conditions, natural resources, changes in weather, topological conditions, etc. Moreover, business organizations make use of the natural resources as raw materials for the products, and at the same time, these natural resources are affected by firms' marketing activities. There is a great concern over the deteriorations of natural environment, particularly issues like greenhouse gases in the atmosphere due to the burning of fossil fuels, global warming, and depletion of ozone layer due to certain chemicals releasing by certain industries. There are four major trends in natural environment that business organizations are facing. What are the natural problems that the business organization have? Shortage of raw materials. Most of natural resources like oil, coal, fresh water, petroleum, etc. are scarce and expensive. See, what I want to say is here, natural environment is one of the important factor that is affecting the business. Because see, whatever marketing strategies you may formulate, see, resources you are acquiring from the nature, it may be water, it may be the raw materials, usually that are from the fields and agriculture. So you have brought, and from there you are transforming those raw material into as a final products. Now the climate change, if there is no rain, there may not be a growth of many products. Or this one, what you call, sometimes your production may damage to the environment, and that will be a dangerous. Therefore, what you call, government may put up the restrictions, or the neighbors may put up the protest. So all those things are there. Increased cost of energy. Oil as a source of energy is becoming increasingly scarce. At the same time, the oil prices have reached new heights. You know, aware now. So in India now, it has gone above 100 rupees, the petroleum prices. So oil prices are going day by day very high and high. So that whenever you are starting business, what kind of the power you are using, whether the natural powers like electricity and all for your production, or the oil. So if you are using oil for your production processes, then you have to incur heavy losses. Then increased pollution levels. Rising pollution levels has become a cause of major concern. Consequently, many business organizations have been relocated, and many have been forced to invest in pollution control equipment. You see, now some of your production processes are causing for the pollution, and such times government orders you to avoid the pollution, put up big chimneys, or recycling, water recycling equipments and all. Then that is having a heavy investment. Increased government intervention. Governments all over the world are actively enforcing laws and norms to protect the environment. That we are aware that these days government is very aware of the ecological protection, and so many programs it conducts. And to the organization all, it has become a troublesome, because those organizations which are causing the pollution and all, for them all it is a ringing a bell that take care of the environment, protect the environment, give some contribution to the environment, so that they have to spend. Businesses are increasingly become aware of these environmental trends and have begun to practice corporate environmentalism. Corporate environmentalism is the recognition of the importance of environmental issues facing the business organization, and the integration of those issues into business organization strategic plans. Many companies are now engaging in emissions abatement, and are developing environmentally sustainable strategies. Consumers are now want to buy products that are eco-friendly. Therefore, it would be in a firm's best interest to recognize the link between the healthy economy and the healthy environment. What is today environment sorry business people are aware of the importance of the ecological protection, therefore, and they have a created link between the healthy economy and healthy environment. Okay, today we can have a healthy economy because of the healthy environment, and we are very aware that protecting the environment is a right, and protecting the environment is a duty of every individual and every organization. Therefore, every organization today strives to keep a balance. Yes, production is basic. At the same time, protecting the environment, whatever it could do, they are doing it. Fourth is technological environment. Technology can be defined as the systematic application of scientific and other organized knowledge to political tasks. Technological environment refers to the state of science and technology in the country, the rate of technological progress, and the institutional arrangement for development and application of new technology. The factors that determine the technological environment in a country are as follows. So the facilities for technical education, training, and research in the country. How much what you call facilities in a country you are getting to improve your technological knowledge. So the spirit for experimentation, innovation, and enterprise in the human resources of the country. This is also what you call provisions. If they made, then technology improvement takes place. Incentive for research and development. So technological development, what is required is research and development. Then compensation systems and promotion policies for persons engaged in scientific and industrial research. Those who are doing the scientific and industrial research, give them some help, assistance. Laws for protection in of intellectual properties. So some legal laws has to be formulated for protecting the intellectual property rights, because somebody is developing something, and if it is not protected and it is very public, then there is no interest for inventing some new technology. Access to foreign technology. So we are aware that foreigners are much ahead in the technology, so we are bringing the technology from the foreign. Government participation in scientific and technological development. Government participation in scientific and technological, so government also should contribute something. Monetary and fiscal concessions for intensive research and development in the private sector. Whatever research and sorry so whatever researches that takes place in the private sector also has to be awarded from the government, then it will take place. So technological environment is one of the fastest changing components of macro environment, we are aware of that, and includes forces that create new technologies, new products, and marketing opportunities, make it imperative for business organizations to adapt to changed technology in their systems and thus gain competitive advantage. The technology adopted by the business organization determines the type and quality of goods produced. We are aware that technology is one of the very important aspect, and it is highly changing. So today one technology, tomorrow something new comes, and that has a high influence on your marketing strategy. So using the technology and develop the technology, what are things to be followed is given here. So technological factors are also one of the part of a macro environment. So any change in the technology, tomorrow it has a effect on your business. Then political and legal environment. So political environment comprises the elements relating to government affairs. It serves as the regulatory framework within which the business needs to operate. The political and legal environment consists of the following constituents: constitution of the country, image of the country and its leader, the political party in power, its philosophy and ideology, the nature and extent of bureaucracy, the influence of primary groups in the working of the business, political stability, structure of military and police force, election system, law, and other situations. Then we have the foreign policies adopted by the country. All these aspects are connected and have a influence on the businesses. We are aware that whatever the government does, it affects the business. Therefore, government or the political affairs have a close link with the business. Two major trends have taken place in the political legal environment, which are as follows: increase in business legislation. So, business legislation have increased steadily over the last few years. Protect the consumers from the unfair business practices, protect companies from unfair competition, protect the interest of the society from unbridled business activities, to charge business with the social costs, that is called CSR. Social costs some have to be borne by the this one companies created by their products and production processes. So these all are what you call the government's pressure on the companies. So second one is growth of special interest groups. The growth of interest groups has created serious implication for business organizations. Consumerist movements are being organized in various parts of the world in an attempt to strengthen the rights and powers of buyers in relation to sellers. We are aware that today consumer affairs are very dangerous, so they have formed the groups, and whatever damage to an individual consumer will fight back with the group. So for example, in India, government has passed legislation under the Consumer Protection Act 1986 to protect the interests of the consumers. Six rights are: one, the safety of the consumer, the right to be protected against the marketing of goods and services that are hazardous to life and property. So whatever product that you are supplying should be safe. Then information, full information has to be given. Protection against unfair trade practices and the right to be informed about the quality, quantity, purity, standard and price. So simply you can't sell a product, give full information. Safe product you give, information you give, choice you can't force. Right to choose a variety of products and services at competitive prices. So it is not that your choice to dump your product on the consumers. So consumer have a right to choice. Representation, the right to be heard and be assured that the consumer's interests are received due consideration at appropriate forums. So if consumers are damaged, they can be represented. Redressal, right to seek redressal against unfair and restrictive trade practices and exploitation of consumers. If any exploitation happens, then redress, give compensation. Then consumer education, right to consumer education. Consumer have all the right to get educated regarding the business aspects. So you see, these all the legal activities or the legalities framed by the government. So many legal activities regarding your businesses will be framed and implemented by the government, and all the legal rules and regulations what the government frames that have an influence on the business. And finally, we have a socio-cultural environment. So, the social cultural environment of a country refers to the characteristics of the society in which a business organization operates. So, what is there mainly includes in the social culture and the demographic factors in terms of size, composition, mobility, what kind of the people are living in a particular society, what is the culture of the people, that's what more important. Then social institutions and groups. Now you say religions and all, what kind of the religions are there, what are the institutions are there, what kind of the groups are there, tribal groups are there or what, that is also more important. Then caste structure and family organization, what kind of family, joint family or the singular family, nuclear family. So these aspects. Then caste structure, what kind of the castes are there, that also have a influence on the business. Educational system and the literacy rate. So whether people are educated. Now you are starting online business, all English language. So people do not know to use the mobile at all. Then will your online business work? So in which area you have to start? You have to think that. Then customs, attitudes, beliefs, values, and lifestyles. So some people have a customs like what you call only vegetarian meals. Then you start a non-vegetarian hotel there. It will not run there at all. Then attitudes of the people, what kind of the attitude people are having, what kind of the beliefs they are having. So a particular food, if they eat, it is not good for them. They may not like it. Then such kind of your business will never work. So values and lifestyles of the people also are very important. Taste, preference of the people and their buying behavior. All these aspects need to be considered. So it all depends on the culture of the people. Then socio-cultural factors are very important in the formulation of marketing strategies. These factors have direct impact on the consumers' thinking and their buying behavior. The regional differences in values, traditional languages, customs, social systems, habits, beliefs, and religions make the social environment even more complex. Marketers must therefore adjust their marketing strategies accordingly. For example, since cow is considered sacred in India, McDonald's had to stop offering the products containing beef and introduced products like Mac Aloo, Tikki, and Mac Spicy paneer to meet the taste preference of Indian consumer. It is, see what happens is beef was not consumed in India. That's the reason McDonald's cannot had to change its strategies. So that one example is cited here. So product and brand preferences also differ from region to region. Keeping this in mind, Hindustan Unilever Limited came out with the different blends of tea under the same brand name to cater the needs of consumers belonging to different regions. Then at the same time, you have a continuous monitoring of the social cultural environment is essential for a business organization so that they can understand the consumers better and fulfill their needs in the most effective manner. So social cultural aspects also have a great influence in your marketing strategies. Whatever marketing that you do, what kind of the products to be developed, you have before developing that product and producing, you should have a complete look at the socio-cultural environment. Otherwise your this one whole business will collapse. That's the reason socio-cultural aspects factors cannot be neglected. So I hope you understand these aspects. Today I spoke on mostly the extra macro factors, macro marketing environment. So where different factors that influence on your marketing strategies, especially the demographic factors we saw, then technological factors we saw, legal and political factors we saw, social and social and cultural factors we saw. All these factors how they influence on your business. So I hope now you have understood, and I request all the students to make the notes of whatever classes that you are going through. Otherwise, at the end, it will be a very difficult. Please make up to date your knowledge and learning. Thank you.